Hello and welcome to our information session on our team and individual internships. My name is Jack and I'll be running through this info session with some help from some colleagues. I will begin with an acknowledgement of country. I acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land that I am meeting from today, the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation, and I pay my respect to elders past, present and emerging. In terms of an agenda for today, we'll start with a bit of information about who we are and what our role is. Then we'll look at what the advantages are of an overseas learning experience and an internship in particular. We'll explore why Indonesia, and particularly now, is a really fantastic destination for your internship program. And then we'll get into a few different options that we have available over the course of the year, from in-country programs, online programs, individual and team programs. And finally then we'll look at some of the components of our programs such as support, inclusions, academic credit and how all that works, and fees and funding. So who are we? International Internships has worked with most major Australian universities for over 15 years now, and we have a wide network of organisations in Indonesia that we work with to facilitate high quality internships and study intensives. Our goal is to really provide meaningful experiences where students are involved in real world projects and really have genuine opportunities to be challenged and grow from that experience. So why choose Indonesia for your overseas learning experience? Well, besides the fact that Indonesia is a diverse and fascinating, beautiful country with a very friendly and warm population, the relationship between Australia and Indonesia has really gone from strength to strength, and with the signing of the Indonesia-Australia Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement, this really marks the new era of huge collaboration between our two countries on both an economic and bilateral level.
One other advantage of doing your internship in Indonesia is the time zone. The time difference between our two countries are not too big. If I'm not mistaken, currently the time difference between Jakarta and Sydney is 3 hours, where Sydney is 3 hours ahead of Jakarta. And this means if you do your internship, let's say online from Australia, then you will have time to do your classes or your other commitment in the morning until early afternoon, and then start your internship in the early afternoon until evening. If you do your internship in country in Indonesia, hopefully the small time difference will make it easier for you to adjust quicker and to have a minimum jet lag.
In terms of learning areas, over the years we have really developed that wide network of host organizations, and we're connected with government bodies, fast-paced startups, large global industry leaders, and we really have a pretty broad scope of opportunities that are available. All of the learning areas that you see on the screen here, we have positions available for at any time. So we have a few different program offerings that are available. I'll explain the difference of those a little later, but these programs are offered generally within one of 4 seasons throughout the year. So the seasons that we run programs are during semester or trimester 1, winter, semester 2, and over the summer break. And as you can see in this breakdown, we have different programs that are available in different times. So for example, during the mid-year break, that's when we run some of our team programs, both online and in country. However, we don't run individual programs during that time. Whereas in semester 1, semester 2, and over the summer, we have individual programs available both in country and online. Arguably the most exciting slide in this presentation, we are so excited to be able to announce that we're finally resuming in-country travel this year. This does differ slightly between different universities. However, our first in-country programs are resuming from June this year, and we couldn't be more excited to make these first programs back really something special.
We are so excited to announce that we are going ahead with in-country programs from June this year. We're working hard to ensure our first programs back are really special. International Internships has 2 types of internship, online and in-country. Each type has their own benefit, and we'll talk more about it in the next couple of slides. With these two options, you can choose which type of internship that will work best for you. The first type of internship is in-country internship. With in-country internship, we offer a full immersion experience where you will be living, working, and interacting daily with Indonesians. We will work with you in finding the host organization that will suit your needs, your accommodation in Indonesia, connect you with your Indonesian peers from our local university partner, and arrange multiple events and activities that will enrich your experience while in Indonesia. The second type of internship is the online internship. We started this internship during the pandemic and decided to keep offering this type of internship because we received positive feedbacks from past participants. We also think that this internship will offer multiple benefits for you. One of it is that this will be cost efficient. And second, we see online working or online internship as a new way of working post-COVID. Online internship offers flexibility where you can do the internship from Australia and still able to attend classes or your other commitments while doing your internship. Similar with the in-country internship, we also offer multiple events, workshops, and activities for you to enrich your experience.
Whether you're doing an online or an in-country internship, you will get access to our professional development activities. The first one is orientation. For online internship, this will be done a week or 2 weeks prior to the commencement of your internship. If you're doing an in-country internship, then it will be done upon your arrival in Indonesia. So through this orientation, we will get you well set up and brief you on Indonesian culture, religion, history, and overall tips on how to ease your way into the work environment later on, and also social. We also realized that, coming to a place with a completely different language could be a barrier for you to connect with your supervisor or your colleagues later on. So we provide Indonesian language classes. The aim is not to turn you into fluent Indonesian speakers, although that would be awesome. But at least you're going to learn about a few useful phrases that will surely make a good impression on your supervisor or also your colleagues at work. Now, in addition to those activities, we also hosted career development workshops internally or special interest seminars with our industry partners. So we work with a lot of experts from different industry through our program. And we use that collaboration to add values into your learning throughout your internships. And we also host or have access to a few networking opportunities with our networks. So outside of business hour, I think this is really, really important, especially to to start building your professional network from early stage. Aside from that professional development activities, we also host cultural immersive activities. You're in Indonesia if you're doing an in-country, so it would be a waste of time. It would be a missed opportunity if you don't get to explore the area outside of the city, outside of Jakarta. So we organized weekend trips outside of Jakarta, like in Thousand Islands or to Bogor. Normally, it would be an overnight trip over the weekend, or it could be a day trip. For you guys who are doing an online internship, do not feel don't feel bad, because you'll still get access to see the beauty of Indonesia through our guided virtual tours. So we work with professional tour guides who will be able to show you all the really beautiful places in Indonesia, but in addition to that, tell you the story or the history behind it. So when you finally able to come to Indonesia and see it in person, it means something because you know the story behind it. We also host interactive cooking classes. Indonesian cuisine is so rich and diverse, and we're so excited to share it with you. And through this cooking classes, we'll get the opportunity to cook together. So we'll give you the shopping list. You can cook from the comfort of your own kitchen, and then we'll enjoy the food together. And then we also host other activities like movie discussion evening. This normally would be like a short movie. It could be a documentary or like a fiction. And then we're going to talk about the cultural aspect of this. You'll learn about Indonesian culture from different perspectives than stories from the movies. And then we also host various games and social activities to connect everyone on a more personal level. So although you're doing it remotely, if you're doing it online, but you can still connect with your fellow interns who are also in the program.
Now, let's look at what the difference is between our individual and our team programs. As the name suggests, on an individual program, you will be working independently, kind of like a regular employee of your host organization, and you'll have a specific defined role that you perform a function for. That being said, on an individual program, it is still interactive. You will still be collaborating with others in the organization and other people that are doing an individual program. And flexibility is a prominent feature of the individual programs. So you can do them online, you can do them in country, and you can do them from anywhere from 4 to 24 weeks with varying hours per week. The team program, on the other hand, is a lot more defined, so they run for 4 weeks only, at roughly 30 to 40 hours per week. And the team program, again, you're working in a small, multidisciplinary, cross-cultural team, and they're very project-focused. So you will be working with just one organization. However, they will give you a specific project, so a problem or a business opportunity, and you'll have defined outcomes that you need to be working towards. With the individual programs, the way that they work is our network of host organizations submit to us internship positions or specific jobs that become available at any given period of time. So on our website, you can actually, if you go to your university and your learning area, you can view all the jobs that are available right now. And so for an individual internship, you can apply directly for one of these specific roles, or equally, you can work with us and we will help you work out the right job that's a good fit for you.
So we at International Internships are committed to providing the best support for you and your team if you're doing a team internship. So at the beginning of your internship, a dedicated WhatsApp group will be created just for you, so you can ask or express any of your concerns, and we will try our best to resolve it. International Internships is experienced more than 15 years in the industry, so we have a very good track record in resolving issues. So we've got you covered. As part of the internship also, you will meet with one of the international internship staffs periodically through catch-ups, just to monitor how you progress throughout your internship. Now, this could be weekly, fortnightly, or depending on your needs. You will also be paired with our buddies through our Pro Buddies program. So a buddy is a person who is an Indonesian university student who will be with you along your internship journey as well, providing you insights into social context, and be a friend or a team member as well if you're doing a team internship. So these are the ones who will pick you up from the airport and show you to your accommodation, show you around the area. So make use of them, and you might come empty-handed to Indonesia, but you will return to Australia with a friend or more than just one friends. And we also provide tools to support you throughout your internship. I mentioned WhatsApp, which is really good and widely used in Indonesia. You will probably have your WhatsApp groups with work as well. It's just us Indonesian respond quicker through WhatsApp than email. So it is important. In addition to email, of course, for formal communication is still number one. So with the activities I mentioned before, everything will be listed on Google Classroom. So in order to join this Google Classroom, you of course will need a Gmail account, which is everyone has one. I believe. If you're not, just create it like super easy. And then you'll be able to get the recording, the materials, or the details of the activities on that Google Classroom. So this is mostly for people who are doing online internship. Now, in terms of where you could work in Indonesia, for over 15 years working with Indonesian companies and organizations, we have a wide repertoire of potential hosts in which you can work at, from fintech companies, accounting firms, law firms, foreign government offices, NGOs, foreign councils. We have a few unicorns or decacons companies here in Indonesia, so it's really exciting. But we also have emerging startups. Whatever major you have or background, or whichever industry you're planning to dive into in the future, will surely have something for you.
Now let's take a look at some of our past programs and projects. Most of these projects were facilitated in country. However, we have run similar programs virtually as well. The first project is the Conservation Team Project. We work together with Yayasan Orangutan Sumatera Lestari, that is an NGO based in North Sumatra, Indonesia. The project was to conduct research and create campaign on reforestation and anti-illegal wildlife trade. The second project was the Finance Team Project. The host for this project was ANZ Indonesia. The project was to review ANZ's payment systems, document findings, and provide suggestions for potential improvements. The team at that time consisted of interns with backgrounds in finance, accounting, and IT. Here you can see some examples of our individual internships. We have run multiple different types of individual internships for students with different educational backgrounds. So as you can see here, we have internships in the business and entrepreneurship area, media and PR. We have students coming from law background, international relations, health, environmental studies, sustainability, engineering, etc.
So we are, and have been for many years, a work-integrated learning provider, which means that you will get academic credit for pretty much all of our programs. The way that works is all of our programs have been developed around and are linked to a specific unit. For example, sometimes that's business internships. So you will need to work with the academic staff at your university to ensure you're eligible to enroll into that unit, and we will also help you throughout that process. So on our website, if you head to your university page and then the career field that you're interested in, this here is a little snippet from something that's on that page. And this is where you can start to get an understanding for which programs are offered when and for how long, and also pricing depending on what you're interested in. So whether that's individual or a team program, you can start to see what the requirements of that program are. And underneath this table, we also have a drop down for all internship dates, where you can look very specifically at what intakes are available for the program you're interested in over the course of the year. In terms of funding, we find that most students are highly likely to be eligible for the prestigious New Colombo Plan funding to go towards their program fee. So the requirements for NCP are that you are an Australian citizen, you're an undergraduate, and this program is counting towards your degree, and that you haven't done a program exactly like this and received funding for it in the past. So grants are available from $2,000 to $7,000, and if for whatever reason you are not eligible for NCP, for some programs that we offer, we do have a scholarship up to 50% that we're willing to offer. In terms of the application process, really quite simple. We try and be as consultative as possible, and that all starts with you submitting your application and us having an interview with you, where we'll get to know what it is you're trying to get out of the opportunity, what your situation is academically and professionally, and we will then propose a few options through to you. We then give you an invoice for a $200 deposit, which is essentially a commitment fee so that we can start working with host organizations on your behalf and developing your program. And then basically once you pay that and your internship is confirmed, you're locked in on the program, and we help you every step of the way and provide as much support as is necessary with any questions that you might have. In terms of the application process, it's really quite simple. We try and be as consultative as possible, and that all starts with you submitting your application and us conducting an interview with you, where we'll ask a range of questions to get an understanding of what you're trying to get out of the experience and your situation academically and professionally. We will then propose a number of different options that we think are a really good fit for you. There is a $200 deposit, which is essentially a commitment fee that once you pay that allows us to then go and liaise with host organizations and begin developing your program. And from then on out, we continue to work hand in hand with you and answer any questions and provide as much support as you need until you kick off your international experience. So that's it for this session today. In terms of the next steps, it really does all start with you just submitting an application. You can do that by hitting apply or get started on our website and just fill in the form with some information about the program you think you're interested in. But from there, we will contact you really just to have a chat and explain the different options that are available and how the whole process works, answer any questions that you might have. And work with you through things like securing your funding, ensuring that you are going to get academic credit for the program, and making sure that what you're going for is a perfect fit for you and going to be a really wonderful experience. Thanks so much for coming to our information session, and if you have any further questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to us.